In the next 2 minutes, I will use very simple words to teach you the 3 main programming terms. Before we get going, you will understand this a lot better if you already have an idea of what programming is in general. If you don't, watch this video I made earlier explaining what programming is. Click here, this white pop-up. Okay, let's go! Number 1. Let's start with an easy one. Variable. You should be already familiar with this word from math classes in school. In programming, it's pretty similar. Basically, it's a placeholder you can store your value in and then change that value later on in your code as you please. This is what it looks like. In most programming languages, this is where the type of variable is specified. This is the name of your variable, and this is the value that is assigned to it. Variables can be of different types. For example, string, which is a plain text, boolean, or whatever you pronounce it, which is true or false, integer, which is a number, double, which is a decimal point number, and many others. You can even create your own types using classes. Number 2, a function or a method. These two are pretty much the same thing. Basically, it's a block of reusable code that performs a certain set of actions. The main idea of functions and methods is reusability of code. When you need to perform the same set of actions many times in your code, you can simply write those actions into a function, and then instead of copying and pasting the same code all over again, you can simply call the name of that function and it will perform those actions for you. This is what a function looks like. This is the function name. If needed, between the brackets you can pass in values into your function. And this is the function's body where you write the actions it should perform. Number 3, class. A class is like a piece of code that is isolated in its own file. Classes inside them can have many functions. Other code from other files calls the classes to use the functions that these classes have. Now this will probably make no sense to you, but we can also use classes to create more complex types of variables that would have multiple simple types of variables inside of them. They can also have complex types of variables inside of them, like you see here. Using classes is basically a way of programming that keeps your code clean, understandable, and structured. So there you go, you just learned what 3 main programming terms mean in just under 2 minutes. People take half a year in school to understand these concepts. Give yourself a round of applause for not wasting time. Thank you for watching. Make sure to share this video with your friends that are learning how to code, or maybe somebody else who would find this useful in other ways. I know it would have been super useful for me when I was learning. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments below what other terms you want explained in future videos. And that's it. Bye!